everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a brief unboxing of the film Nosferatu, the classic 1922 silent film from F.W. Murnau. German film, a classic adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula novel. That story, which so many movies have come since that time to honor that story and offer up different adaptations. This one is actually an unauthorized adaptation. Whenever they were in production of this film, they didn't get the rights to Bram Stoker's Dracula story. They went ahead with it anyway, and actually a lot of the original copies were burned. It was deemed, illegal, and since then it has been pieced together. There were some, copies that remained that weren't destroyed, and it is now actually, the very basic stripped down version that was pieced together is actually public domain, so that is available for free online. However, from what I understand, it's not anything comparable to some of the actual official releases of it, on home video. This is a Kino release, a restoration from the original film elements, and you can see it contains 30 minutes of additional material, which is pretty cool. So I've been looking for this for a little while now. One of my recent videos on my channel, I review The Night of the Living Dead, a unique 6-film collection that I found at Walmart about a week ago that actually contains a black and white silent version of Nosferatu. I have not seen that yet. I'm assuming it's not going to have any special score or unique interlaid titles or text or anything like that, as this does. They did a really good job adding to the original film. They do color tinting, and it's not just one tint throughout, it's actually multiple colors that create just a really cool palette. It just adds to the overall feel and the stylization of it. So whether you're watching an interior shot or an exterior shot, or like what time of day it is, the tinting does change. There's like a pale blue, a lot of like outdoor, like nighttime shots are that color. A lot of the indoor shots that are a little bit warmer, it's like a pale, kind of like glowing yellow. Let's say it's a soft yellow. And then there's also some pink coloration used. So really adds to the feel of the film. It's still grainy. The picture jumps around as you kind of want it to. I don't even think I would want to own like a Blu-ray version of this. I wouldn't want it sharpened up or refined or restored any more than this version. So I would highly recommend this. There is another 2-disc special edition version of this. It's also a Kino video release. I passed that up earlier last year. And I actually went back to the FYE where I first saw that, and it was someone bought it, so I guess I wasn't meant to have it. With that release, there's an extra like disc with, I think, German. It's all German, and then the other disc is English. This one is just a single disc. I'll show it to you, and it has everything's in English. Really cool text interlays, as I said. There's little snippets from a book that's read throughout the film, different letters, narration. Everything's kind of like written in like a really cool calligraphy on like old parchment paper. So you'll have to check it out for yourself to see what I mean. But the tinting, the coloration, all the text interlays really adds to the film, sets up the story. Some of them stay on the screen for probably a little too long in my opinion, but it doesn't take away from the overall feel of the film experience. But this is the 2002 Kino release, the restoration of Nosferatu, where a new score was added to the film. Definitely very basic, but it's has a quaint kind of feel to it, and definitely as the story builds, it gets very eerie and creepy. Um, you know, Throughout the whole story, you'll see what I mean. But very gothic. The use of light and shadow, just stark contrast that just showcases Count Orlok here. Max Schreck played him. Just how awesome his portrayal of Nosferatu is in this iconic film. That sparked a whole genre of vampire films. But yeah, it's just really, really memorable, creepy images that kind of get burnt into your mind throughout, watching this film. Very gothic and like nightmarish, just really, really cool. Some of the other characters, there's a lot of overacting. It's kind of cheesy, but that was typical of silent films of this era. There was no dialogue. They couldn't rely on their voice at all to kind of carry or portray their acting or their character. So they kind of needed to overact to kind of add more to the story, just by what you were watching, their expressions and their emotions were just way over the top. But I'll tell you what, every time that Max Schreck is on camera as Count Orlok, it is just stunning and very eerie. Just has a really awesome atmospheric feel to it. The shots were just great, really well thought out. The use of shadow with his creepy hands and fingernails that are all curled out, just very very good planning on their part to really set that creepy feel of his character. But really good special features there. You can see some of the director's other films that you can check some of those out. There's different photography, different artwork and stills. There's different there's two different musical scores that you can choose from. But everything is updated from the original, restored in actually by a company in Italy. But like I said, if you didn't know, this is a German film. Very iconic. You can see, the color tinting that I talked about there. But just really, really awesome, memorable, iconic, original Gothic, take on the Dracula story. So, show you the spine there, similar to the cover. So I'd highly recommend this, and I wanted to do an honorable mention of one that has kind of a similar feel to it, Shadow of the Vampire, starring John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe as Count Orlok. And what's unique about this is, if you haven't seen it, it's actually telling the story of the filming of Nosferatu. So check this out. Willem Dafoe's portrayal as Count Orlok, the Max Schreck character, it's just so creepy and just nightmarish, something that you just see in your worst nightmare. So he did a really great job in this one too. So if you're interested in the Nosferatu story, check this one out. It's kind of hard to find. I found it online about a year or so ago, but kind of tells the story of the creation of Nosferatu. Kind of give you a look there. It has some critical acclaim. Yeah, boy, does he not look creepy. But the original Max Schreck looks just as creepy in my opinion. So check this out. I'll show you the inside here. There's a scene from the ship of death where he's killing off the crew, the sailors there. They think it's the plague, but there's word of someone unknown down below, and it's actually him. He kind of stowed away because he wants to go to where Hutter lives, the other character, and he ends up living beside him and kind of trying to go after his girl. Things get kind of crazy there, but I won't give away the ending. But that's kind of if you know anything about the story, it's been done a couple of times now in different vampire films. But he does stow away, and that's one of the more iconic shots there. But you can see the disc, that nice deep purple with the violet lettering there. So it just talks a little bit about the restoration there. But like I said, 2002 version. There is a newer 2-disc version, but I would recommend this one if you can find it. Let me know what you think of this film, Nosferatu. If you like the silent film, style, the approach that was used here. There wasn't much option at the time, but even now, I mean, we've been exposed as horror fans and just fans of film in general to the shock and awe of gore and special effects and CGI, and I mean, this is about as basic as it gets. So the fact that they achieved what they achieved with this film with just lighting and the visual is just groundbreaking. I mean, I'm really impressed by it. So Nosferatu, however you like to pronounce it, I say Nosferatu. Kino Video, their single disc release, restored, color tinted, awesome special features, but I would definitely recommend this. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one.